Hi, everyone. Welcome to If My Mama Knew podcast. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you that are new, don't forget to check out our episodes. I'm Cookie. Here is Cece.
Hey.
Gigi.
Hi.
And Mimi.
Hi, guys.
And today's topic is open relationship. So who wants to start us here?
I just want to say sorry, guys, that we've been out for a while. We've been a little bit busy adulting. Unfortunately, that's a thing. We got super busy. Open relationships. So what we're going to talk about today are the 4 different types of open relationships. Okay, so the 4 types of open relationships are swinging, monogamous, polyamory, and relationship anarchy. So these vary from a degree of being mainly monogamous all the way to having no boundaries whatsoever. So the first one we're going to talk about is the swinging. And I'm just going to read off the definition. Swinging involves committed couples consensually exchanging partners specifically for sexual purposes. Basically meaning that you're a couple and you will have extra people on the side for sexual pleasure that you could interchange at any given time. So for this one, I honestly don't agree with it at all. Well, to a certain degree, if you guys are comfortable with each other, have spoken about it, and you guys agreed to it, that's all on you. Personally, me, I don't think I'll be able to do this. I don't know what you girls think.
Okay, on that situation, again, like I said, it all depends on the relationship and depends on the partner that you decide to get. For example, I'm very open if my partner was very open in that situation. Let's just say you'll have like an extra person in there, but not to like be in a relationship, but to use that person as a sexual purpose. In that part, and that all really depends on if you're a jealous type or if you're very more like it's just pleasure, man. It's nothing much, but a lot of people have a very closing mind when it comes to that. How do I explain that? Like pretty much if you trust your partner and you have that trust to the point like you want to experiment things, you'll probably do that, because I've seen people like that. I don't know, what's your thought?
You know what? I think honestly, I feel like obviously now that I'm married, I wouldn't do it. But maybe if I was in a relationship, maybe I would have someone on the side just to figure things out. I don't know. Obviously, if my mama, I don't know how your parents would feel, but my mother finding out that I'm in a serious relationship and then I have other people on the side, I think my mom would like beat the living heck out of me and send me to church and bañarme con agua bendita or wash me out with holy water. The power of Christ compels you and all that other stuff. Try to get the demons out of me, because in my experience with my Hispanic parents and my family and the way a family should be done, if you do that, you're a puta. If you're in a relationship and you have someone on the side, you're a puta. It doesn't matter if your family knows or don't know. You're a puta. For those of you that don't know what puta is, it's hoe in English. But for you to tell me, like me personally, like I said, if I was in a relationship, if I wasn't in a marriage relationship, I'd actually try it. I think it'd be kind of cool to have some people on the side, just in case. Obviously, this is talking about being consensual, because at the end of the day, like I've had a bunch of people on the side while I was in a relationship, but obviously the other person didn't know. So I honestly think, especially like this whole swinging thing, I even love the name of it, swinging. I think it'd be interesting and honestly kind of intriguing, because like I said, I think like at some point in a relationship you could get bored, right? And then maybe this can spice up your life. Maybe the new person can make something in your sex life that wasn't there before. Maybe they can find new things to make it even more enjoyable. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I kind of like this topic because I feel like it's out there. And I feel like if my mom knew I was talking about this, she'd probably like go send me to a nunnery or whatever. Because at the end of the day, at least for my family background, my Honduran culture, open relationships are like the devil's work. Like it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't even exist. like I said, the power of Christ compels you, the holy water baths and all that other stuff, the Bible, I just feel like it, at least from my culture, my experience with my family, and how in their eyes a sexual relationship makes things more intimate, which it does. But at the end of the day, like we're talking about different times as well, right? Back then, that's probably like super out of the normal. You could even be labeled witch if you had more than one or more sex partners. But now it's like the new norm. Now, like it's rare the ladies that get to marriage being virgins. It's all these things are rare. There's more sexual, how do I say this? There's more technological advances that help in the sexual aspect. That makes any sense of whatever the hell I just said. So honestly, I think like open relationships are the new shit. I really do. But as a married woman, would I do it? No. As a non-married woman, would I do it? Depending on the relationship I would be in, I honestly think I would. Just for the hell of it. As long as it's consensual. Yeah, Cookie?
That's interesting because I know a married couple that are very open and they do things out of their marriage. At the end of the day, I give them props because not everyone is willing to do that. Like for example, you said no to that, and you're not very open in that situation, and that's normal because a lot of people are jealous, and a lot of people are like, no, whatever's mine is mine, and that makes a lot of sense. But those people who are like open-minded, like myself, they're more of like they're just spicing things up, or they're either like it's because they know their relationship either gets bored easily, because there are people out there that gets bored just being with one person because they have more desires and their partner can't do that. And this is where a lot of divorce happens, or something else in the relationship that happens. But there's people like let me give you my opinion in this situation. More of like, if I'm married and my partner wanted to try with someone else, I'll tell them why would you want to do that? Like, even though I'm an open person, I want to know why, the reason. Like maybe we can spice up something else than other than using another person. But if he really wanted to, I'll tell him, okay, it goes both ways. Just like how it goes both ways for like women now. Like now we can do constructions and we can do that. You have to really be open-minded and not feel hurt about the situation. Because if you feel hurt, then that just means that you weren't ready for that.
You know, that like Gigi said, a lot of Hispanic culture, I was basically raised like that. Just having one partner at a time. You get me? If you're with someone, you're committed to that person until it kind of falls apart, or you guys don't want to be together, or whatever's the deal. But I think more about the topic, it has to do with partners. I think that they find each other and they complement each other well enough that they want to be together, but maybe they're not how do I say, sexually and and mentally they could be connected, but there's a point that they settle for that. They don't want to the connection that they have, but they want more outside of their relationship. But at the same time, they don't want to leave that connection. You get me? That comfort of the partner. So it's more of an open topic of them, like, let's try this or let's do that, but I want to be with you even though I want this. Are you willing to compromise what I want and I'm gonna be with you? Or just let's find a halfway, like meet halfway of what I want and what you want. Because some people probably don't want to have that aspect of being in an open relationship, but they do it for the partners because they actually like the partner, or the comfort, the friendship and everything that they built, but they don't want to go out the norm and be like, oh, maybe I do want something else, or I can't give her that, but I'm gonna try to give her that. That's, at least in my opinion, I wouldn't be able to.
But I mean, my thing is this, like, even if it's like the first one, which was whatever it was called, what was it called? Mini? Even if it is swinging, right? I mean, how do you do it so that because I mean we're human, right? I'm not saying that all relationships lead to emotions, but sometimes they do lead to emotions. How do you think you control it to the point where it doesn't lead to emotions? Because I mean, I can talk about a bunch of us that we started a bunch of relationships, not relationships, but a bunch of fun times. Again, no emotions were going to be attached, nothing like that. We were just having fun. And then lo and behold, some of us fell for the non-emotional ones, the ones we were just supposed to have fun with, or they fell for us. So how I don't like I think that's my thing. How can you do, for example, swinging without there being emotions attached? Like, is it always gonna be a risk that you have when you do an open relationship? What do you girls think?
I honestly think it depends on the person's point of view, what they think of life. And honestly, I think love goes deeper than just sexual attraction. I mean, there are different types of love. There's the love you have with your family, there's the love that you have with your friends, there's the love that you have with the person that you connect with emotionally. So I just think that whenever you're in a polygamous relationship, you could have different varying degrees of love for each person. And I honestly think that's okay because I accept all types of love. Now, personally, me, I would say I would not be able to do that unless there are people that I could connect to on different levels. But that's just my thought on that.
All right, Minnie. So can you let us know what the next form of open relationships are?
Yes. Open relationship number 2. Monogamous relationships are those in which a couple is primarily monogamous, but allows varying degrees of sexual contact with others. So I would say this is the type of relationship where you're almost just one-on-one, but then you have a side person that you can make out with, do, I don't know, maybe sex every so often, maybe not go all the way, just maybe oral sex or whatever it may be. So I think this is mostly for those who are mainly monogamous, which is one-on-one, but they could have just someone on the side and not go all the way. I don't know. What do you girls think?
So is this like let's say me and my husband decide to pick one person that we both share, or do you think it's like we each have our one person?
I think this is more of like somebody you guys decide to include that you both are down to share with in that situation. It can also mean like the other one that you said, either you're both in a relationship, but you both have like one person outside of the relationship. It can be both. Because once again, remember, if you all really depends on the rules that you make in your relationship and the trust that you have in your relationship to be able to do that. Because if I think about it in your shoes, if I was married and with my, with my partner, and he would have told me, oh, look, I want to try this person. What do you think of this person? And I'm like, no, you do that on your own and I'll pick my own. Because again, you and your partner might have different tastes when it comes to a person.
I mean, it really depends, like you said. Sometimes you do have the same attractions either to women or to men, because sometimes the guy can be a little bit feminine side. So they'll be more into the, oh, I want to do it with the guy. So if it's your type of thing and you can share either way with a female or a girl, go for it. I mean, you know me. You guys know me. I can't. I just in generalizing it, it doesn't matter if it's with a guy or with a woman as a like a three-way. I wouldn't be able to, just in generalizing it. It's something, I've thought about it, but it's something that, what's up, Gigi?
All right, so I know me and Cookie wouldn't mind a girl, right? We wouldn't mind. And if it's a guy, even better. But I have a machismo husband, so we know a guy ain't gonna come anywhere near. But let's say it was a girl, right? I know me and Cookie would be down. But I want to know, like, and I don't know. Cece says she wouldn't be down, but when Cece gets drunk, she goes all lesbian and like tries to be in your lap and stuff, And don't tell me it's a no or you don't remember it, because girl, there was some time back then which we ain't gonna talk about those stories, but when y'all get a little hammered, right? Just a little bit, tiny bit. We kind of like to explore our options. I'm gonna say it this way, right? And we might do things that we don't usually do. So my question to you ladies is this: if you, for some reason, forget about your morals, forget about whatever the way you were raised or whatever, if you were in an open relationship, would you want it, and you and your partner have to agree on the same thing, would you want it to be a girl or a guy? Tell me.
I'm pretty open to anything. So either or.
What about you, Cookie?
Like if it was my partner now, it wouldn't be a boy. He would want to pick a girl. Like he's too masculine for that. But let's give it like if he was more of like really open to it, I'll try a guy because I want to try it. Never tried, never done it. Want to do it? Yes.
So I think it all depends on the guy. I think you and Gigi right now have very masculine feeling men who will feel overpowered if there is another guy. But see, here's the thing. I've had both situations. I had one guy who actually, Cookie, wanted you to be in the mix with us. So yeah, crazy story about that.
And I'm trying to figure out who the hell this guy was, but
it was with He Who Must Not Be Named.
We have like 50 He Who Must Not Be Named. The first He Who Must Not Be Named, the one that did it all. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, you can go back to what you were saying, Mania. I feel like this is gonna have to be a topic for another day. But yes. Like, okay, you know what? No, I can't. I'm sorry. How did you react when your significant other told you, listen, I want us to get your best friend involved?
So here's the thing, me and Cookie have always been close, and there was at one point where we were like, oh, we're girlfriends, and we'd play along with it. So I kind of like told him the story, and he's like, well, if she's your girlfriend, tell her to come along. And at first I was like, I thought about it, but then I was like, no, it's not happening. Just because I didn't want to involve a friend into that already messy relation, whatever.
The person that was almost involved in this, let me just tell you right now, I would have been very open to the situation. And let me tell you, I wouldn't be included. I would have been more of like, I would have been like the swinging, because I'm more of like, yeah, just do it one time, that's it, I'm out, bye, type of thing. I wouldn't be able to be in a relationship with you guys. I just couldn't do it. But I'm more of like just one time thing. Okay, I'm gonna swing by and slide away, That's my type, my idea. That's what I like.
No, definitely. It was just like a one-time thing, but I was like, I don't want to involve my friend into this because then I'll just feel awkward. Like, if anything, I would have been like, you choose one of your friends and we'll see how it goes. But then here's the other side. I had another guy who wanted, and he was like, you know what? If you want, I'll bring in another guy too, because it'll be fun to watch you. Sorry, I can't make this up. He was like, I swear it'll be fun to watch you being handled by two guys.
You know what? Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, we're over here thinking, hold on, Cookie, let me get her on my system. We're over here thinking that this little girl is all innocent and shit. I mean, we know she's not innocent, but first of all, was your other guy gay? Or was he leaning that way? Was he, what do we call it? Fruity friendly? Fruity friendly? No? Okay. All right, Cookie, you go, girl. I can't.
Think about it. Like, that guy literally asked her, yo, I'm down to watch two other people just rock your world. Like, this woman didn't take advantage of that. That's what shocks me here. Because in the end of the day, what type of guy would allow another guy to touch his girl? That's a miracle. That never happens. And I just want to hit her.
Right? Like, this bitch is getting opportunities served to her, man. Like, literally. First you can bring a friend, right? Obviously that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but girls, let her rock your world. That's fine, whatever, let's do it. But then your man, the man who feeds you, the man, not feeds you, but you know what I mean, the man que te mete todo, is telling you, listen, I don't mind, bring another one. Let him do what he needs to do to you. Let him be your maintenance man, and we'll be cool. And you don't do anything. Like, there's people starving in Africa, and you're over here not taking advantage of God's blessings to you. Gosh, Minnie, Jesus Christ, get it together, girl. The Lord is blessing you with blessings from above, giving you opportunities that some of us only dream of, that some of us have to watch 50 Shades of Grey to relive or live. And you over here, Minnie, not taking the blessings that the Lord is giving to you. Girl, bye.
I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. You is not sorry. If you were sorry, you would have done it and then told us and rub it in our face. That's sorry. What you did, it's not forgiven.
What was his reaction when you told him no?
I mean, it wasn't like he was mad or anything. He was just like, okay, if you're not comfortable with it, that's fine. I mean, that's what I'm always grateful for. Like, if these situations have arrived, or these opportunities, as you girls want to call them, have arrived, and I'm not comfortable with it, like, I'm glad that they've been okay with my decision. Okay, so I guess we got through the first two. Now we're gonna go on to number 3. This is basically polyamorous, which allows people to openly conduct multiple sexual and or romantic relationships simultaneously, ideally with the knowledge and consent of all involved in or affected by the relationship. There's a show about this called Sister Wives, that everyone's married and they all coexist. I want to be able to do it once more. What do you think, Cookie?
Okay, in this situation, I don't agree to it because of the fact that you now can have another partner and be emotionally attached to this other partner. And this is where I'm like, yo, I'm okay. I don't want that. Like, my open mind is more of like a sexual thing than it is an emotional thing. Because don't get me wrong, I do get attached easily, but not so fast. And so to the point where like I'm now attached to 2 different persons, it doesn't work. For me, I've only been always attached to one person, and just the second person's just like for the side. It wasn't really more of like I want to get a connection, to the point where like you're able to do that, to get another connection with somebody else. That's really, I don't know. I can't really think of that really happening unless like both partners are attached to that one person. That's the only way I see it. Now, if it's only yourself and your partner's not connected to the other person, why would you try to get a connection with that person? That's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe you guys have other thoughts about it. How about you, Gigi?
I think, first of all, I don't think that these relationships are healthy in a sense. Like, do you know how hard it is to maintain one relationship? And so with this one, you have multiple relationships at the same time. I feel like there's more times for jealousy to be prominent, for the relationships to turn toxic. So honestly, I think in this case, in polyamorous, I just think it's a pain. I honestly think it'd be so much work just to try to maintain those things, like a good relationship, whether it's sexual or just a relationship that has emotions in it. I just think it's too much. And that show that Minnie talks about, that Sister Wives or Brother Wives or Brother, whatever it's called. I think I saw like a commercial on it once, and you hear, oh, I get jealous when he's with her, but I have to understand that he's all of ours or whatever. I think that's just stupid. Like, first of all, if you're gonna be calentándote la cabeza every day in one relationship, and then you have like 5 or 4 or whatever relationships all at the same time, I just think it's crazy. But I don't know.
Well, you get me? Like, for that to work, I think you have to grow into the ambience and be brought up with that religiousness of having multiple husbands or wives in general, because it is hard even to maintain, like Gigi said, just a guy in general to a husband, a boyfriend, living together and everything, and maintaining different wives in either a same household or different household. You're always going to be like, oh, he's over there or he's spending over there more time because either, you know, they already have a baby or they had multiple kids, and everybody's going to have kids, but there's always going to be younger ones and they're going to need more attention.
So talking about open relationships, talking about the three we've discussed so far, if you were in an open relationship, what would be 3 important rules that you would have to have with your partner in order for your relationship to be successful, in your opinion? Like, what would be either 3 rules or 3 guidelines, or would you be one that's in an open relationship with no rules and no guidelines?
Okay, my number 1 rule is, if, like I said, I'm more like the swinging type. So in that situation, I will be like, okay, we get this one partner, and then we can't contact that partner ever again. That's my number 1 rule. No more contact. One time, that's it. We're done. Unless we want to try with somebody else, that's fine. But the same rule, that person comes into our relationship sexually, one time, no more contact. That's 1. 2, when it comes to these type of things, you always want to make sure the person is clean. So pretty sure you gotta make sure they're 100% healthy in every way, not like diabetes or asthma. No, I mean, like, you know, their area is clean, you know, STDs, all of that, HIV type of thing. You want to make sure that's on the good side, not on the bad side. And the 3rd one will be communication. Because when those type of situations happen, you want to communicate with your partner. You want to see, after you guys are done with that, what your thoughts are about it. How do you feel? Did you feel comfortable? Because in the situation, like, there is couples that they do try it, and one partner is excited about it, one partner just felt disgusted with themselves. You get me? So in the end of the day, communication, once it does happen or before it happens, really, it's a really helpful thing.
I honestly think I agree with your 3 rules, guidelines, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure whatever you get near your punani or get near your man's privates are clean, healthy, and you don't come in here and you're gonna come out, 1, suffering from an experience that should have been positive, and 2, then affecting your relationship in the long run with STDs and all that other stuff. So I do like that guideline especially. I don't know about yours, at least, I guess, because you would be a swinger, about that hit it and pass, like go on to the next one. I honestly feel like if we had a good time and if we enjoyed it, then maybe we keep going just with that one person. But obviously, I think I would be more with the monogamous, whatever. If I would go into a monogamous, in a relationship that would be an open relationship, I would be monogamous, because I feel like that person might bring something out in our sex life, in our whatever life, that would change our relationship as it is. And I think I'd enjoy it too. But I don't know, maybe for you, since you would like hit it and quit it, that works for you. But for me, I think I'd like to, if I do go to the point into going into a relationship like this, I would like to find someone that, I don't know, that just, that one person not keep switching. Yeah, Cookie.
The problem with that is that person starts becoming attached, and you don't want attachment. Because let's just say, I don't know, because I've never been in that situation, but I've seen or heard people where like a person got super obsessed with them. You get me? And then later they're like, no, I don't want to be with you. I'm okay with my woman. You get me? In the end of the day, or my man, you know, that's the part where like you don't want any emotions attached. Because once emotionally you get attached to this person, things happen. That's a big risk I see that as a big risk. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Like I said, it all really depends on the person if they're down for it.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a one-time thing or a multiple time thing. I think that anyone could become obsessed at any given time. And I think that just depends on how psycho a person is, how messed up in the head they are, that they'll just become super obsessive. It just depends on the person. So yeah, you run a lower risk on a one-time thing, but at the same time, you can run a higher risk because maybe one time wasn't enough for this person, and they'll hunt you down and they'll be like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And like, you've seen these cases, like, it's crazy. It honestly is crazy how how many cycles there are in this world. So I think you run a risk either way.
Minnie, I'm curious to hear what would your 3 rules be or guidelines be for your open relationship?
I would have to say my 3 rules would be: 1, make sure I ain't getting an STI out of this. I don't want to be sick. 2, I would want it to be someone I know, but like in the case of Cookie, I didn't want it to be someone so close to me that I would just feel a little bit awkward afterward. So it's someone I know, because it can't be a complete stranger. Then I'll just be like, no, I don't know you. Like there's no attraction that way. And number 3, I don't want someone who's a big blabbermouth to go running their mouth to the world saying, oh, we did this, this, and this. I mean, some things I would prefer to keep private, and there is a time and place to share things. So those would be my 3 rules.
I like your rules, centered and organized. Very nice. All right, Cece, you're my next victim. I want to hear your 3 rules. What would your 3 rules be if you were going to try an open, or guidelines, an open relationship?
I think I'll lead more with Cookie with the one-time deal and just, move on to the next, if anything. But like all you guys said, the main one will have to be like, just regular checkups, just to make sure before, like with your partner, and then before including someone in. Like you don't want to risk anything just because you want to try things out, which is normal. Then I guess it'll be communication, just in generalized, because like Cookie and Minnie said, there's obsessions, and that might be with the person that you're gonna involve, but it might be with your partner too. Your partner might have like something out of that person, so it could be more of like your partner might be invested in that person, or that person backwards, or you might even like that person more in the situation sexually wise, or what you guys try. And then I don't know the third one, honestly. I'll be blank on that one. Mostly for me, it's communication and just cleanness, like doing your tests.
All right, so the 4th one, Minnie.
Okay, the 4th one, the last one, relationship anarchy. I think anarchy just explains it all too well. No one should have to give anything up or compromise in order to sustain a relationship. I mean, this for me just means you are a player, man or woman. You are doing whatever you want with whomever you want. That's fine. If you want to live the eternal bachelor and bachelorette life, all up to you. I know I'm very picky, but I would like to settle down at one point with just someone. And if I want to have fun on the side, I'll think about it at that one point. But honestly, anarchy, I love it, but not in a relationship.
I agree with you 100%. I think like I know for sure I wouldn't be able to do that at all. Be in that type of thing where it's like, you know what, everyone for themselves. If you want to have a side chick and that side chick wants to have a side chick, and y'all want to have like 5 side chicks on the side, or side niggas or whatever, and then we're all one big orgy or whatever, that I don't think I'd be okay with. Because what I was reading from a relationship anarchy is that there's literally no order. It's good luck, have fun, and then we'll end up home by the end of the night or something like that. Like even that, like how have you heard those like games that some like couples do at the end of the night or something, that like they trade their keys or whatever, their car keys, and whoever picks the car key gets to take that wife home or whatever. Like that's what I think about when I think about relationship anarchy. Like, you know what? Good luck for you. We'll play a little game. All of us put our car keys in the little bin, and then you pick a key, and whoever's key you got, that's who you take home. That's what I think about with relationship anarchy, and that to me is just crazy. Like for it to be that spontaneous, that like it's just I just wouldn't be able to do it for sure. Like that to me is a definite no. Yes, Cookie?
At the fact that I know that Gigi and Cece know about the show called Sex Life, meaning you need to start watching it because you're gonna understand. But that couple that went to the whole party. No spoilers, sorry guys. I'm not gonna. That's what that definition reminds me of.
Completely agree on that.
But when it comes to that type of relationship, both you and your partner have to be like open, like open. That's not just not open-minded. That's just an open everything. You get me? Because an open-minded has more like it's open mind to the things, but they have like they have rules, they have purpose, they have something. The way that you guys make it sound here, it makes it more sound like, oh no, I don't care about you. It's more of a selfish thing.
I
Maybe
don't
I'm
think
wrong.
it's a selfish thing. I honestly don't. I just think that the type of people who would be in this relationship or lack of thereof, because honestly it's not a relationship, it's just a free-for-all. I just think they're not tied down to any ideals, or they're not easily attached to anyone. And that's okay, because what, you're gonna spend the rest of your life searching for one and you're never gonna find that connection. So you're gonna be 100 years old and you've been celibate for most of your life? I mean, honestly, again, this is not for me, but if people want to do this until they find the right person, by all means.
But I thought the point of an open relationship was to be in a relationship with flexibility, right? Because it, like, what I think personally from what Minnie said right now is that what she's saying is like, okay, you can sleep around until you figure it out. But if you're in an open relationship, right? Is it because you want it to work even though you're being a little bit more flexible than other relationships? Or is it just let's sleep around and have fun? Like, what do you guys think?
I mean, I was just pertaining to the anarchy. I was referring, I'm sorry, to the anarchy, which for me, that's not a relationship. That's a free-for-all. Like I said, that is a free-for-all. Now, for the other three, in which you have a partner and you have that communication and you talk about whether it is a one night threesome, or you have some people on the side that if your main partner isn't here and you have the desire, if you're aroused, you could do it with this person and your partner is okay with that. Or if you're in a polygamous relationship and everyone's okay with that. But the main idea is that you have that one person that you tell and you communicate with and you have that bond with. I think that's what an open relationship is.
I mean, I agree to that, but like I said, sometimes even as an open relationship, you're comfortable with your partner. You just lack of something, or you're missing something. So that's why you wanna have other people, or you want to try something new out of the norm, to say it like that, and then come back to your comfort zone, to your partner. You know, at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, oh, this happened, or I tried this, or I did that, whatever, depending on the relationship you have with that person. But I think that's mostly for me, seeing that you're missing something out of that relationship. And then you can either try it together, or that person could be like, okay, go figure your thing out. I'm here. Either goes with girls or guys.
In that situation, I can't say that you're missing something in the relationship. It's more of like you guys just want to spice things up in that situation. Unless you really like, unless you're like another type of person who like really have issues and you really have like, the only way that I can think of somebody having an issue is because they don't value themselves enough to that point. Like they're just doing it just to do it. I guess for me, it's more of like if I want to spice things up with my partner, or for example, let me just give you guys an idea, because I have been in a situation like that where there's been a couple and they included me in it. You get me? But in that situation, it's more of like, okay, yeah, I'm only doing this one time thing. You get me? And they did it just not because they didn't value their relationship or anything. They just wanted to spice things up.
To me, there's other ways to spice things up. You know, there's plenty of things you could try with your partner. Even it could be like, you know, with toys, or just different ways, not just, you know, the basic. And you guys can talk about it and be like, hey, this is what I want to try. Are you willing to? Or like, I mean, there's a million of ways, like just to stick with one partner.
The thing here, let's give it an example for all the ladies that are, you know, bisexual. You get me? There's moments where, you know, you miss trying another woman. and you're like, okay, I don't want this anymore. I need something more spicy out there in the world. And do you want to try with a female or like a male who's in a straight relationship? I'm gonna call it like a woman and a man, and the man wants to be trying with another man because there are men who are bisexual, and to the point where like, I miss craving this. I want to try this. I want to do this. I want to do that. You get me? And there's situations like that.
I just want to say that, yeah, there are toys and there are different sex positions that you could try out. But I think in the moment, if you have another person there and that's your primal instinct of arousal and desire, I mean, that's just something you can't control. Just saying.
Let the animal out. That's what she's saying. If your primal instinct is telling you to stick someone in there with you, let the animal out. Let your inner caveman, cavewoman, fiera, whatever your spirit sexual animal is, let it out. Do what
I'm
you
just
gotta-
saying, okay, I'm just saying, like, there's so many negative thoughts and so many negative connotations about fueling your desire. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have desires. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Like, don't be ashamed. There should be no shame of it. I mean, yes, we've been taught that these are things we should hide. But at the end of the day, if that's who you are and that's what you want to try, we are all curious human beings. We are curious by nature. So go ahead and try if you want to. Just make sure you're safe. That's something I just want to say. Make sure you're safe.
You know, I like that, the thing that you just said. Yes, try it, see how it goes. Because once again, animals have different partners, okay? Animals don't have just one partner unless you're, what is it? Unless you're a penguin. A penguin, and I know there's more animals out there that you're only able to have one partner and one partner only. I can only think of a penguin, okay? Because I know that they stay with their partner for life. But the fact that you said that let your inner animal out, I think that's actually an interesting saying. And not only that, but the fact that I agree with you in that situation. I really agree with you because even if you're married, even if you're in a serious relationship, there's different things that you can try to learn your own body, or like your partner to learn about your body. That's a nice idea. I actually like this. Thanks, Mimi.
All right, so which open relationship would you be in? I for sure would be a monogamity.
Monogamish.
Okay, I would be in a monogamous relationship for sure. What would you be, Cookie?
Swinging.
Swinging? Minnie?
I would be monogamish.
And Cece?
Swinging.
Oh, so 2 swingies, 2 monogamish. I like how that goes.
All right, so I think that's it for today. I think we explored this topic very well today. I mean, I could see that we all have different opinions, so we all discovered something new about each other. So definitely, I see that we're divided on which open relationship we would have if ever. So good topic for today. Guys, sorry once more that we haven't been posting. We got busy with life, but you know how that goes. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us on this episode of If My Mama Knew. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. You can stream our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google, Pandora, and YouTube. I'm Minnie signing us off. This is Gigi.
Bye.
This is Cookie.
Bye.
And Cece.
Bye.
See y'all next time.